How's it going, gang? It's Final Render here and welcome to another very exciting Fallout 76 news video. And today's video is particularly exciting because Bethesda have just released their 2020 roadmap of all the content coming out for Fallout 76 for the next year. We've got some really exciting things in here and we've got a lot of stuff which was speculated and is actually now confirmed to be releasing this year. So that is really exciting and we're going to talk all about it. But if you enjoy Fallout 76 news, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button on this channel. We're going to be covering lots of Fallout 76 news and we're going to be having regular news updates on all the cool things inside this roadmap. So hopefully you go ahead and subscribe and I'll see you in the comment section below. So, the intro's all over, let's talk about what's in the 2020 roadmap. So the 2020 roadmap is structured very similar to the previous annual roadmap we got last year, where we first found out about Wild Appalachia, Nuclear Winter, and Wastelanders, which actually wasn't released that year, but never mind. But it's divided up into 3 distinctive seasons. So first off, we have the summer chapter, which is called Introducing Seasons. The fall chapter is called One Wasteland for All, and the winter chapter is called Fractured Steel. Each one's bringing new things, it's bringing new events, it's even bringing new quests, and it's all very exciting. So the first chapter, which is starting this summer, is called Introducing Seasons, which introduces a new season pass system to the game, legendary perks, public teams, and a new event called A Colossal Problem, along with new community challenges, and also the return of the Fastnacht event, and also the Meat Week event. The second chapter, which will start in the fall, is called One Wasteland for All, and this contains a brand new questline called Steel Dawn, and also new scaling rewards called Daily Ops, along with a second season pass, and also a new event called Bombs Drop event. And then in our third chapter, we have got Fractured Steel, and this will contain a Season 3 refresh, new Daily Ops challenges, the Holiday Scorched event will return, but interestingly, we also get perk loadouts, camp shelters, which are instanced interior camps, and also expeditions, a new repeatable mission. So we've actually got a very jam-packed event, and it is really nice to finally know what features are coming and roughly when they are coming. And also, there's a bunch of new surprises in there. In fact, I must say I am very happy that I was definitely right when I said the Brotherhood of Steel was returning. You know, I can say I called it. That's pretty darn awesome. But anyways, let's talk about the first chapter, because we actually have quite a lot of information on the new seasons, which is going to be added in the summer chapter. So the very first thing we can see is that we get legendary perks. Now the legendary perk system is something that's actually been talked about for quite a long time now, and to tell you the truth, we still don't know too much about it, but essentially a bunch of new perk cards are going to be added into the game, which are extremely powerful and also very hard to obtain. But it means if you're a veteran player, you still have more skills to aim for and you can still experiment with your build with some extremely powerful account-wide legendary perks. So you'll be able to start new characters and they'll have them already equipped and stuff. It's a very cool system, but we are getting that in the summer chapter, which is very exciting. We also get the public teams feature being added with the summer chapter. This is essentially a team finder, which is a really nice thing, a kind of auto matchmaking system to where you can opt in and then you'll be able to find players to squad up with in order to do some of those really hard events. This is a really welcome thing. Some of the events in Fallout 76 are really hard and you really need a team of people to do them properly. I'm looking at things like Project Paradise and Radiation Rumble and also Encrypted. Events like that, you really need to know what you're doing, and having a full team of people who all want to participate in events is a really good thing. We also get the new event called A Colossal Problem. We've actually heard a little bit about this before. We know it is an event which is surrounding the new cryptid called the Wendigo Colossus. And the Wendigo Colossus is actually a very rare enemy in the game. You kind of need to trigger some very specific circumstances to find it. And still, many players haven't seen one, myself included. It is very rare. But there's going to be a brand new event, which I presume guarantees you see one. So it means if you don't want to do the actual kind of random chance of finding a Wendigo Colossus, you can do this event and you'll get to see one in action. So I think that is very cool. We also get the return of Fastnacht. Obviously, that's actually very soon. That's just over a week away or so. Meat Week will also be returning. I mean, it's nice. You know, I wasn't the biggest fan of Meat Week, but it was pretty fun overall, I suppose, if you've got lots of people together. But there is one thing which is a really big addition to Fallout 76, which will forever change the way Fallout 76 is played, being added in the first chapter, and that is a new seasons system. And this new season system is essentially a season pass. A season pass is now being added to Fallout 76 to where you'll be able to earn lots of really cool cosmetic upgrades and also some cool in-game items such as gold bullion, legendary script, unique legendary weapons, and also character icons, camp items, stuff like that, by doing new challenges which will be added to this season pass. And season passes are actually very common for video games that are always online. Call of Duty Warzone has them, Fortnite has them, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds has them. They are very common is the point. And the Fallout 76 version is going to have lots of very cool rewards that you can earn. We're talking camp items, we're talking character icons, we're talking legendary weapons, and we're even talking legendary script and gold bullion rewards by completing the challenges on this season pass. And that's very exciting actually. It brings a lot of really cool rewards, and it's also been stated that the rewards in this new system are not older things in the Atomic Store. These are brand new, unique items that most likely you'll only be able to get once in this season pass, and then it's gone forever. So that's actually very, very exciting, and I am really looking forward to seeing what is in there. But there are some things which people are already very skeptical about with this new season pass system. Primarily, people are saying, how much will it cost? Because it is stated in the article that the very first season pass will be free of charge for everyone to play, so that's fantastic. However, with that kind of wording, you are led to believe that after that, you will have to pay for said season pass. And as I mentioned, that's actually very common for many free-to-play games. However, Fallout 76 isn't a free-to-play game. So therefore, people are very skeptical about actually paying for something like this. They're not too sure about if it'll be worth it. And also, one thing which keeps coming up on the Reddit is that many people are saying, will this season pass always be included with Fallout First? Because honestly, paying two kind of subscription kind of things is a little bit too much. But if it's included with Fallout First, that will make Fallout First an exceptional good value for money. And I really, really do hope that Bethesda listen to the fans and maybe include these season passes in Fallout First. It'll definitely increase the sales of Fallout First, and I definitely think people will be more open to the idea of it if it is included within that subscription. And also something else to mention about this, of course, is that it is actually going to have an awful lot of stuff to unlock in there. There is 100 different ranks of challenge in there, and each rank will actually give you a brand new reward, which is something very, very cool. And they've also said each season will last for approximately 10 weeks. So you've got a lot of time to unlock as many rewards as possible in there. And if you don't have enough time, there is something else which is being added to this system, and that is that you can actually purchase ranks using atom points, 150 atom points each. So if you really, really wanted to, you could use your atoms in order to purchase the ranks in this system. You need a lot of atoms to do that. It would be very expensive if you were to just buy all of the rewards. I don't realistically think most players would do that, but the option is there for you, I suppose. And something else which people are not so happy about so far with this season system is that it actually is going to replace a lot of the daily and weekly challenges that we have inside Fallout 76, and that's how many players acquire all of their atoms, by doing these free in-game challenges, and then they can use those atoms in the Atomic Shop, in theory, without ever spending a penny on Fallout 76 after they've purchased the game. However, it is true that atoms are available as some of the prizes inside this kind of season, so you actually will earn atoms in order to spend in the Atomic Store when you play the season, but many players don't necessarily ever want to spend money on a season pass on a matter of principle. And not only that, but some players are young and don't actually have access to a bank account, so therefore buying a season every few months is not really something they can do, and buying atoms isn't something they can do either. And their only way to get atoms was doing the challenge. So really it's down to what you want as a consumer. I personally do actually quite like the idea of the challenge, but really it does come down to how many atoms will you get if you fully complete this season, and will that be the equivalent of just buying those atoms initially? And also, how much will the season cost in the future? And also, will it be included inside Fallout First? That's something I'm very much looking forward to. But besides that, I do like the idea of this as a challenge system to where we have 100 different challenges and we actually get prizes guaranteed on every single one. I think that's really, really cool. And not only that, but some of these unique cosmetic items are genuinely very, very cool. There's some really cool power armor skins in there. There's some really cool weapon skins, some really good camp items. These are genuinely very good prizes in this system, which would be worth paying money for. So therefore, it's down to you as a consumer, but personally, I'm totally down for this season of content. But I also want to talk a little bit about some of the events and stuff coming in the future, not just for stuff that's coming in Chapter 1, but I definitely think we'll probably have more videos talking about the seasons coming in Chapter 1 very, very soon. So for the second chapter, the fall chapter, we get a new questline called Steel Dawn, and this, by the sound of it, is going to be the kind of prelude to the Brotherhood of Steel returning in the Fractured Steel chapter of content. So probably very similar to the Lion Low event, which we got in the first season of Wild Appalachia, to where you actually have like kind of a mini quest, which gives you a little bit of lore and kind of sets up the story for the next chapter in Fractured Steel, which I think would be very, very cool. I'm very happy the Brotherhood of Steel are returning because, well, whatever you want to think about it in terms of lore and stuff like that, they are pretty darn awesome as a faction. So it's really cool to see them there, and I would love to see how the kind of main story of Wastelanders and the original main kind of story change when the Brotherhood of Steel return. It's definitely going to change the game up quite significantly. We also get a new system called Daily Ops, which is earning scaling rewards, presumably daily. So I'm wondering, is this like a daily login system? Or is it just a new daily system to where we can get some more interesting dailies to do every single day you log in with increasing rewards the more consecutive days you log in? That's kind of 76's overall goal, I believe, personally. They just want people to log in and play every single day. So something like that would be very, very cool. Really looking forward to seeing what's in store for us there. We also get a brand new event called Bombs Drop. Now, I have no idea what this is, but I'm hoping it's got something to do with very large quantities of nuclear weapons. I think that would be something very, very cool. Me and Psycho were speculating, what if it's an event where just randomly nuclear bombs will be launching all over the map, just to kind of really mess with the players. I think that would be a really cool thing. Maybe the silos go haywire or something. I don't know, but it would be cool. And then finally after that, in the winter season of content, we get Fractured Steel, a brand new questline to where the Brotherhood of Steel return to Appalachia. Now, as I mentioned just now, this is actually a little controversial because a lot of people believe that the Brotherhood of Steel have no way of being inside Appalachia because of the lore. But frankly, just because something is unknown how they got there doesn't necessarily mean they couldn't be there. They need to essentially come up with a reason as to why they're there within the timeline. And then it's totally fine. You know, it's still canon if we can actually find a reason for them to be there legitimately, which doesn't cause too many issues. So overall, that's awesome. And I love the Brotherhood of Steel. And of course, after that, in the winter season of content, we will also be getting the perk loadout system. Now, if I'm entirely honest, this is not something I'm too happy about, because perk loadouts, honestly, I feel as if should be in the game already. Perk loadouts essentially something to where you can save a perk preset so that you can just, with a very quick and easy hit of a button, change all of your perks to a certain loadout that you have made yourself. It's a way to kind of speed up the game, and it means you're not spending ages inside menus sorting through your perks. Now, the reason I think this should be there in the game is because it's such an essential thing to change your perks regularly in order to play the game effectively, but it slows everything down so much. I would love it if this could somehow be, you know, kind of sped up and actually brought in earlier, because I think it's something that a lot of players would really, really appreciate. After all, there are lots of players who are running around with character builds that aren't as effective simply because they can't be bothered to change out their perk cards because it takes too long. And, you know, I'm with you. I totally understand it. So it would be really nice to have that pushed up further in the cycle. But overall, we'll see what happens in the future. And also something I am really excited about is camp shelters. We get instanced camp interiors for us to play with now. That's something which I'm really excited about. Many camp builders like me and No Respawns, we've talked about the idea of having second camps or instanced interior camps for a long time. And what this will essentially mean is that you can have an interior cell which you can decorate and build, and that's just awesome. What else can I say? I'm hoping it is essentially a second camp as opposed to a replacement for the camp system. And I'm also hoping the interior camp will have all of the same functionality as a regular camp. But overall, I'm really excited about it. Again, as I said, especially if it's a second camp. Because I build camps a lot. It would be nice to have an interior camp which I can call my permanent home. And then I can build exterior camps with videos. Maybe that's just me. I'm not too certain. And then after that, we get a new type of mission called Expeditions, which is a new repeatable mission set. And overall, I suppose that's cool. You know, more daily repeatable things is good, especially if the rewards are really good. Give us gold bullion, give us script, stuff like that. Give us stuff to do, and we'll be happy to do it, as long as it's fun to do, of course. And we will also get new daily ops. Of course, daily ops was something which was added in the fall. But something interesting about the daily ops symbol is that it does appear to be a dungeon. It does show like a castle portcullis with a monster inside, which to me screams dungeon. So maybe you actually will get a kind of dungeon system added into the game. The vault raids were kind of meant to be like that, I suppose, but in the end that was never meant to be. And also, in the winter, we get the return of the Holiday Scorched event, which I think is something really, really cool. I really enjoyed the Holiday Scorched event last Christmas, to where we had to kill huge amounts of Scorched in order to get presents and get some really rare item drops. I think that is very, very cool. So there we go, gang. That is everything in the roadmap. I'm really looking forward to seeing some of this stuff finally come out. And as we know, Fastnacht is actually returning in just about a week or two. So technically speaking, the very first chapter will be beginning in about a week or two. Doesn't necessarily mean that's when the season is coming in, but that at least is when Fastnacht is turning up. So that's really, really exciting, and I can't wait to see what you guys say in the comment section about some of the new stuff. Let me know what you think about the seasons in particular, because I do love the new chapter kind of challenge system they've got with the seasons. However, a lot of people are not too happy about it in terms of what it means for the atoms and also for buying season passes in the future. However, I do think it's a very good system within the bounds of actually playing the system itself. But thank you very much for watching, people. Remember to check out all the cool Patreon people in the description below who help support the channel with their financial donations. You, of course, can also do the same. Remember to subscribe for more Fallout 76 news, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye, gang. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.